It's Yvonne, your Pampered Chef, and I'm back to make another recipe for you. I've never tried this one, but I'm excited about it. It's actually, they call it kid-friendly egg bites, and we're gonna be using our little half size brownie pan. You can use that for brownies, you can use it for cakes, but we're gonna do it for breakfast right now. So we're gonna get these frozen tater tots, okay? And I'm gonna use my shears. These shears are great. They cut right through anything, and they're stainless steel. They actually come apart for easy cleaning. We also have some pizza scissors now, just so you know, and those work the same way where they come apart like that, okay? So it calls for 18, so let's see if I can actually count these out here. 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, yeah? And I'm using my classic batter bowl. We have this in a small and a large. And it just says to microwave this for a little bit to get them super thawed, and we're gonna crush them up, okay? So I'm gonna pop them in the microwave really quickly, and we're gonna munch those up. And then as that's working, I'm gonna get my eggs ready. We just need about 5 eggs, and I'm using my on-the-go bowl. So this is, they have 2 sizes of these, and I love that it has this toggle here, right? So the toggle is turned and the lid does not come off. So if you're using this for a potluck or something, you don't have to worry about it falling over and spilling. This part is actually a spoon rest. So how clever is that, right? So I just untoggled it, and now I'm going to take this off, and you're gonna see it also has the little hooky thing there, so that if you are using this to keep cold or hot for hours, you can do that and hang it right there. So we're just gonna add a couple eggs, and then sometimes I know I like to do like egg whites. So if you are like me, you maybe want to do some egg whites, and we have a super egg separator for that. So check that out, and I just got a shell in there. All right, so we just need 5. Why not 6? That kind of freaks me out. I want to put 6 in there because there's 6 wells, but it's saying no, just to put 5. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to wash my hand really quick, and we're gonna get all that gooky egg stuff up. I'm also gonna use my Pampered Chef towel. Let me tell you guys, I'm in love with these Pampered Chef towels. They're amazing. They're so absorbent, so soft. They're my go-to every time right now. All right, we got the tater tots moving and grooving. So I think those are completely thawed now, and we're gonna munch them up with our mix and chop. So mix and chop you may have in love. I actually also love our mix and chop scraper. So I'm just munching this all up. Typically people use this for meat, even partially frozen meat. It's great for that. And then you can use this for orange juice concentrate. You can use it for guacamole, mashed potatoes. So there we go. Now we've mushed up all of the tater tots. I'm gonna oil this up a little bit with our oil and vinegar dispenser. If you give it a squeeze, it actually measures up on the top for you. So I'm just gonna do a teeny bit on each well here, and then I'm gonna use my basting brush. Love this thing, made of silicone, and the head actually comes off for easy cleaning. Isn't that handy? Dishwasher Safe has the little hooky thing in there, so you don't have to worry about it falling in there. So I'm just gonna throw a little bit of this oil right down in the bottom. This is the first time I'm using this pan. So we're gonna scoosh it and make sure we got it all oiled up in those wells, and then we're going to bump the little tater tot stuff in there. And I'm using my large scoop. I don't even know if this is the right size for this. We do have different sizes of these scoops. Typically people use them for, they use them for cookies, but I use them for honestly just about everything. So I think this size is good. This is the large. We have small, medium, large, and extra large. So we have all of those. And then I'm just gonna kind of use the back of it to push it right down in the bottom. So this is going to be our base for these little fun egg bites, okay? So we got that going on there. And if you don't want, the potato or the carb or whatever, obviously you can just do straight eggs. You can do that. So I'm trying to get them all even here and push it inside. And I think we are pretty good on this. Yeah? All right, so next thing, oh, a little piece left. All right, so the next thing is we're going to do some turkey. You can use any kind of meat, or veggies that you like. So it only calls for a 1/3 cup of this. So I thought, well, you know, I'm going to just take a few of these out. I could use my twist and chop if I was doing a bigger batch, but it doesn't call for very much. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use my knife, and I'm gonna grab my cutting mat. I love using these. I use these all the time. They come in a set of 3. A little grippy on the bottom, so it actually kind of sticks to your what do you call it? Your countertop. Okay, so I'm just cutting this up really quickly. I'm going to tell you honestly and truly, I don't normally use a knife. I'm always going to use some kind of something that Pampered Chef has. And just to be sure I don't overload these, because I tend to do that, and then we might have a mess after, right? We're going to look here, and it says a 1/3 cup, and guess what? That is about a 1/3 cup exactly. That's kind of crazy, right? Okay. Also using my Santoku knife, my favorite Forge Cutlery, lifetime warranty. So we're going to go ahead and add the turkey, and we're just going to add a little bit of this into each well. I'm using some uncured turkey right here, but like I said, if you want just veggies, or you want to do bacon, or you want to do ham or something like that, totally up to you. Just do whatever your preference is. This recipe works with anything, okay? So we've got all that going on, and I think we just need some cheese in here, and then we're gonna add those eggs, okay? Easy Read measuring cup, set of 4, measure markings inside, never rub off, even dishwasher safe, okay? So we got that going on, and I probably should check to see how long. I think this takes about 20 minutes to cook. Where's my phone? I don't know where my phone is. Okay, but that's the recipe. But I think we're gonna bake it, and I'm gonna take out my other recipe that I already made. So that is saying it's ready, so that's exciting. So we're gonna pull this out, and we're gonna add icing on the cinnamon roll. Oh my gosh, cinnamon roll bake. Look at how yum that looks. Ah, love it, love it. All right, let me put this to the side for a moment. And now we're gonna go ahead, and this is already hot, which is kind of good, right? We could actually do these recipes at the same time and sync it with our air fryer, which is nice. So let's see here. I don't know if it's gonna let me do this right now. We'll wait just a second for that. Okay, and now I'm gonna do some cheese on here. So we're going to cut this block of cheese. You only need about 2 ounces, right? So that is 8, 4, 2. Okay, and I'm gonna use my double grater. Okay, so we've got the double grater. It looks kind of like a box grater, right? And it has these sleeves on here, so that shows you that it's sharp. Okay, we don't want anyone to cut yourself. If you want a bigger version here of lemon zest, orange zest, cheese, and stuff like that, that's perfect for that. It comes with this slider and the little cup, which I think is so handy. But I love to use these separately. So I'm gonna take it apart like that, and I'm gonna put that to the side, and I'm just going to go ahead and I'm gonna put the slider on here so I don't grate my knuckles or grate my fingers. Y'all ever done that? Okay. And we're just gonna push it, slide it. And this is actually a farm cut here, so it's a little bit thicker of a cut. It's kind of fancy, right? Okay, so we're gonna throw all this cheese down here, quick and easy. You know, when you grate your own cheese, it's better for you. It tastes better, it even melts better. So do not buy the bag, y'all. All right, don't do that. So we're gonna quickly and easily get that in there, and then we're gonna add a little bit of cheese on each of these, just like that. And then we're gonna pour those eggs over the top. You know, they're really right on their recipes because everything I'm doing is fitting perfectly in here. All right, so we got that going, and then we're gonna add those eggs on the top. I wanna make sure everyone has the same amount of cheese, right? Okay, if you have kids or grandkids, I will say that, you know, they're like, they got more. Like, why do they say that, right? Do you understand what I'm saying? It's like exactly the same, but they're like, oh, anyway. Okay, so there we go. Now we got the cheese in these little egg bite guys. And then I'm just gonna whisk up these eggs. So we got whisking, and then we're gonna pour this egg over the top as carefully as I can. Okay, I'm feeling like I should have got another little bowl for pouring, but I think we'll be all right. We've got our whisk, that's stainless steel. You know what, I'm gonna use this little scoopy thing. That's probably easier, right? So we're gonna throw that egg there, let's see. And then we're gonna cook these up in just about 20 minutes. So super easy and great recipe. And these are great for making ahead of time as well. So if you're like super busy, crazy, and you wanna have like, you know, breakfast, lunches, whatever, easily ahead of time, this is one of those recipes you most certainly can do that. These actually freeze well too. Any kind of egg bites freeze really well. So you can do that too. And then we also sell a silicone egg mold. So if you want to do that one has I think it has 6 wells as well, but that one is silicone. So a little bit different than this one, but again, you can use it in an air fryer, you can use it in your oven, or even our pressure cooker, which is kind of cool. So you can do it all different ways. I'm just trying to evenly get this egg over. Ugly, right? Yuck, son of Grace, snotty looking. Okay, there we go. I'm just gonna throw this over. All right, so we think we've got it. We're going to easily and quickly, see, I knew if I poured it, I would put too much. But there we go. We're gonna just kind of scoosh this over here, and we're gonna bake this for just about 20 minutes. So I will show you when I am done and how this looks and how easily these came out of these wells, just by oiling up just a little bit. And we're gonna bake these in the air fryer oven, and boom, there we go. All right, thank you so much for watching.